Okay guys, so I'm going to show you one last thing as a bit of an extension task for this edit. So a couple of last things you could do. I've added a few more adjustment layers. I'm just going to turn those off for a second. So I've just added a couple of adjustment layers to make the background image a little bit darker, but also a little bit black and white. So hue and saturation layer, and taking the saturation down. So the photograph of the girl, the figure in the background's gone black and white. And then added a couple more adjustment layers to make the colours a little bit richer on the image on the top. So if I turn that off, you should see the colours here go a little bit paler, a little bit more vibrant. And to, again, just make it a little bit darker in places. Okay, great. Right, last thing I'm going to show you how to add is like another graphical element. So we've got I've got an image over here of a computer game logo for Game Over, and all I've done is create a couple of different layers of it. So I've created one layer here which is black. So I've just clicked on the original file, used the magic wand tool, and then selected the area around the outside, select inverse, so it now selects the area inside, the opposite. Then I've created a new layer and then edit fill with black. Okay. And that's created this layer. Then on top of it, I created another new layer and then edit fill, and this time selected a color. So you just click color, and then you can select any color on here. You can move the slide bar up and down for different color areas, and then select a particular color within that area. Okay, then I've copied that file and pasted it onto my original image. So I'll just show you how to do that now. So click on this layer, the black layer, Control C. Click on the image I want it to go onto, Control D to paste it on. I'm just going to move that layer up so it's at the top. So in the layer palette, grab the layer, take it up to the top, and you should see the Game Over text has appeared small in the center there. I'm going to go back to that file again, and then I'm going to click on the pink layer, Control C to copy the pink layer, click back on the image I want it to go on, Control D to paste it in. Now I've got two layers over top of each other, say Game Over. Holding down Shift key, so I've selected the top layer, hold down Shift key, click on the layer below, and then Control T, so I've got both layers selected, Control T to free transform, hold down Shift, and I can resize that text to whatever size I think will fit, and reposition it where I want to. When I'm happy, press return. I'm going to use a black layer now to create like a drop shadow on it. So I'm going to click just on a black layer, click on the move tool over here on the left hand side, and then either use a mouse or the arrow keys to create a drop shadow around the text. And then I'm going to play around with layer blend modes. So I'm going to change it to screen, soft light, or overlay. I think overlay will work best. And then click on the pink layer and experiment with some layer blend modes on that. I'm going to try that on screen so that the text is there, but it sort of fades into the background. I can still resize and move it if I want to again, but I'm going to hold Shift key to select both layers, and then I can experiment with where I want that text layer. Maybe there works quite well. I could free transform it, make it bigger again if I wanted to. Whatever I wanted to do, however I wanted to manipulate that layer. When I'm happy, press return. And I think I'm ready to save my file now. Remember, like always, file, save as. Save it as a PSD file first, click save. Then go back to save as, file, save as again, and then change your file mode to JPEG and save it as a JPEG as well. The PSD file has got the layers in it. So if you want to go back and re-edit it again, you'll still have those layers. Whereas a JPEG file has no layers. It's a flattened image, but it's easier to save because it's a smaller file, easier to import into other programs. I'm just going to save it as a JPEG now. Click Save again. And you just need to make sure it's going to the right file destination. Here you can just set the quality of the file from large to small. Okay, great. Well done, guys. Good job if you've completed that.